Good morning, Miami-Dade County. Buenos dias. Bonjour. It is truly the honor of my life to serve as your mayor. I address you today with gladness and hope to let you know that the state of our county is stronger than ever, thanks to our shared spirit of community and ability to adapt to these changing and challenging times. Because of you, our residents, I know we can look for an even better tomorrow. I want to thank Chairman Pepe Diaz for the gracious introduction, Vice Chair Oliver Gilbert for the beautiful blessing, and Commissioner Sally Heyman for the warm welcome to her home turf, District 4. I'm proud to join you virtually from Reynolds Park in the north end of our spectacular county with the Oleta River right behind us. 1 year ago, I delivered my very first State of the County address to the residents of Miami-Dade. The year that unfolded since has been unlike any other in Miami-Dade's history, one that has tested us all in new ways. En el último año, nuestra comunidad ha enfrentado muchos desafíos desde la pandemia hasta la tragedia de Surfside, pero juntos los hemos superado. We continue to face a deadly pandemic, leaning on science and data, navigating each new twist and turn to protect our community, while fighting to help the hardest hit families get back on their feet and supporting businesses struggling to rebound. We confronted a gun violence epidemic that exploded nationwide as a result of the pandemic, taking strong and decisive steps to prevent violence and solve crimes, delivering real results that have brought us national recognition. And we were all rocked by the tragedy in Surfside when Champlain Towers fell in the middle of the night, one of the worst building collapses in modern history. Our community stepped up, united, as the world watched, to address the crisis and to make sure it could never happen again. Through each of these chapters, we were reminded that despite the many perils, our community will always come together in the face of tragedy. Through acts of kindness, courage, and solidarity, we overcome and we emerge stronger. We have proven over and over that no challenge is too great when we stand together united. La unión hace la fuerza. L'unión fait la force. Through all we have faced, and no doubt because of it, we are a community uniquely ready to take on the future. Our economy was recently ranked the most recovered in the entire nation. We're diverse, innovative, caring, and unified, a true model for the rest of the country. In 2022, we will continue to build for the future on the solid foundation we've laid together. We have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to capitalize on the passage of the bipartisan infrastructure law, investing hundreds of millions of dollars in transportation, broadband, water, the environment, and more, while creating thousands of local jobs. To prepare for the new economy, we're investing in solar power, electric vehicles, and protecting our bay. These measures will safeguard our environment now and for the future. We're making major investments in rental housing that people can afford and programs to help more working people buy homes. And we will accelerate our recovery by doubling down on investments that help businesses succeed in the post-pandemic economy, connecting our workforce to high-paying jobs in the highest growth industries. Together, we're tackling these challenges and building a stronger, more resilient, future-ready Miami-Dade County. Juntos vamos a construir un Miami-Dade más fuerte y listo para el futuro. Asom Nupral bati yon conte Miami-Dade qui pi solide et qui pare pour l'avenir. When last year began, the COVID-19 vaccine had only just become available without a state or national plan to ensure an efficient and fair distribution. We leapt into action, launching a registration system in English, Spanish, and Haitian Creole. As supply became widely available, we created large-scale vaccination sites across the county, and we hosted pop-up events to bring vaccines directly to hard-to-reach neighborhoods. From the very beginning, we worked hard to make vaccines readily available for you and your families, no matter your zip code. We first prioritized vulnerable seniors with homebound vaccinations. Hundreds of county volunteers who were our employees joined to be part of our Vax Now outreach teams. They knocked on over 400,000 doors and they brought information to households from Hialeah to Homestead. We launched campaigns to educate and encourage the community to protect themselves and to take the shot. Today, we lead the state in our vaccination rate, well over the national average. This result is more than a public health milestone. It is a true logistical feat, and it would not have been possible without our Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Peter Page, and our frontline healthcare heroes. I'm especially proud that even when COVID cases were low, we never stopped providing free tests and vaccines. We stayed ready, we prepared for the future, and we never let down our guard. Durante la pandemia nunca hemos bajado la guardia, hemos seguido trabajando en prevención y preparándonos para el futuro. Keeping this COVID prevention program in place meant that we were able to scale up to meet the enormous increase in demand as Omicron surged, as daily test volume at our county sites doubled to over 70,000 a day. Just in the last several weeks, we distributed nearly 300,000 at-home tests, with county staff working over the holidays to keep our residents safe. While our fight against COVID is far from over, the ground we've covered demonstrates all that we can accomplish when we work together, united. We all can recall another time last year when the whole community came together to handle a crisis that none of us could possibly have imagined. In the early morning hours of June 24th, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue responded to reports of a building collapse at Champlain Tower South in the town of Surfside. Our firefighters ran directly into what remained of the tower to pull out survivors. In the days and weeks that followed, the rescue teams braved blistering heat, pouring rain, fire, and smoke to search for the missing in the rubble. All told, we lost 98 loved ones, parents, children, co-workers, cherished friends. The lives of countless families here and around the world were changed forever in a few short seconds. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor and remember those we lost in Surfside. In the aftermath of this unthinkable tragedy, in their moment of greatest need, our community stepped up to care for those who lost everything. Businesses donated food, water, and supplies. People at home and across the globe contributed millions of dollars to support victims and survivors. And through it all, the public servants of your Miami-Dade County government were there, rising to meet every challenge with enormous compassion, courage, and care. A tragedy of this scale demanded a whole-of-government response, and our coordinated efforts spanned nearly every county department. We worked hand in hand with our local, state, and federal government partners. Police from across the county were there to support the rescue operation on the ground so that the search teams could continue their mission day after day. As the sun rose that first morning, we immediately set up a place for displaced families to gather and a hotline. Our team answered thousands of calls from those desperately seeking information, and they opened up thousands of missing person reports. From the very beginning, we put the families, those who lost loved ones and those who lost homes, at the center of every decision we made. Within days, we launched a comprehensive family assistance center to provide essential services from dozens of agencies under one roof. And we wasted no time searching for answers. We immediately took steps to ensure a tragedy like this would never, ever happen again. In the wake of the collapse, I directed staff to conduct an audit of all pending building recertification cases. We created an online portal so the public could easily view information about their own building's safety record. And we've taken steps to strengthen our building code, such as shortening the recertification period to 30 years instead of 40. I was proud to partner with Chairman Diaz to convene local, state, and federal policymakers to drive forward reforms at all levels. And I'd like to thank Commissioner Rene Garcia for leveraging his experience in Tallahassee and his extensive legislative knowledge to help lead this charge and make our residents safer. I am so proud of the way my team and all of our community partners came together for Surfside, and how we are working together to build an even safer Miami-Dade now and for the future. Commissioner Heyman, who represents this community, also spared no effort to ensure all those who needed help could access it. Along with the pandemic and the Surfside tragedy, we were facing yet another crisis, the national gun violence epidemic, which came to a head in our community last summer. In fact, I'm wearing this beautiful scarf today in honor of the children whose lives have been taken by senseless acts of gun violence in our community, including the life of 6-year-old Chastity Saunders. All of the work that we do to reduce gun violence in our community is in their honor. In 2021, we acted swiftly to stem the tide of violence and keep our residents safe by tackling root causes and building safer, more stable neighborhoods. In June, we took a historic step forward to invest in long-term violence prevention and public safety. The Board of County Commissioners, led by Commissioner Keon Hardiman, passed our visionary Peace and Prosperity Plan, made possible by our licensing agreement with the FTX Arena, home of the Miami Heat. The Peace and Prosperity Plan is a 20-year, $90 million investment to create jobs and internships for at-risk youth, along with other proven prevention, intervention, reentry, and enforcement programs. We're working across departments to provide our children with new opportunities and open doors to a brighter future, like our Fit to Lead students who are here with us today for the pledge. We created the Office of Neighborhood Safety to prevent crime and assist those who committed crimes and serve their time to become productive citizens. We launched Operation Summer Heat and then Operation Community Shield to increase targeted enforcement in the communities most affected by gun violence. And today, the results speak clearly. Miami-Dade has seen the number of shootings cut in half and a 15% reduction in homicides in just the past year. This reversal comes at a time when cities and counties across our nation continue to see heightened levels of violent crime. I want to recognize our wonderful partners, our city police departments, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and our state attorney for making this life-saving work possible. And thank you to Commissioner Joe Martinez for always advocating for our police officers and public safety. United, we tackled violence and saved lives. Unidos enfrentamos la violencia y salvamos vidas. Asom nu te ataque vilas et nu te sauve la vimun. I truly am so proud of all we achieved together as a community of collaborators and innovators, and as a 28,000-person strong county workforce that has never wavered in times of enormous difficulty. Thank you, county family, for embracing as well my no wrong door approach to county services and my effort to effectively engage our residents and businesses as partners in our work. As collaborator-in-chief, I launched an ambitious countywide campaign, Thrive 305, to make sure your voices drive our county's priorities. Months of direct public input from tens of thousands of residents, heard through a direct survey, as well as in-person and virtual conversations, led to an action plan with 12 key priorities. The action plan is a living, breathing roadmap now built into each department's 2022 plans and budget. In fact, most of the actions are already underway. I want to thank every single person who participated in Thrive 305 and all the people who've made your voices heard and worked with us this past year. Thanks to you, Miami-Dade County has laid the groundwork for a thriving and prosperous future, and we are ready. Everywhere you look, you can see all the signs of a community on the rebound. In the last year alone, Miami International Airport more than doubled its passenger traffic, ending 2021 at 37 million passengers, compared to just 18 million the prior year. At the seaport, we've just wrapped up the busiest year of cargo activity in the port's history. We can also see enormous growth in the industries of the future, with major tech and finance firms relocating here. A dynamic, growing metropolis demands a reliable, agile transit system that connects all corners of our county, from North Dade to Sweetwater, from Florida City to Miami Beach. When we expand mobility, we connect residents with opportunities outside their neighborhoods. When we keep Miami-Dade moving, we create more livable neighborhoods that attract residents and businesses. Good news! The Smart Transit Plan is the roadmap connecting all parts of our county, and we are already building the corridors to get us there. Last year, our county broke ground on the South Dade Transitway, our first major corridor. Bus rapid transit using train-like buses will make it possible to travel from Homestead to downtown Miami in 60 minutes or less, opening new opportunities to hundreds of thousands of South Miami-Dade residents. That's why I've been working so hard over the last several months to make sure our federal partners know Miami-Dade is ready to accelerate progress on the entire SMART program to get our fair share of funding to build the mobility network our county needs and deserves. Commissioner Eileen Higgins, who serves as the transportation chair on the commission, has been a steadfast partner to ensure we secure funding and stay focused on delivering our promise for mass transit. We are reimagining transportation and seizing the future. Through Vice Chairman Gilbert's leadership, we've created a first ever air mobility working group to chart a path forward in this innovative industry. We've also enhanced mobility with new funding for the Underline and Ludlam Trail to provide more than 16 miles of dedicated space to run, jog, walk, or bike. Even our furry four-legged friends will enjoy these trails. I want to thank the 9,500 Miami-Dade families who chose to adopt and not shop. That includes my husband, Rob, who recently welcomed two beautiful grown-up cats, Millie and Pilly, into our lives. And I want to give a special shout out to Commissioner Soto, who has always made sure our county parks are a top priority so that all Miami-Dade residents can enjoy beautiful outdoor spaces. I know that Miami-Dade will thrive when all residents are treated with respect and given opportunities to prosper and succeed. That's the county I've been working to build since I was elected. We're making historic investments in Miami-Dade's workforce and small businesses to make sure our residents are positioned to succeed in the fastest growing industries. From tech to healthcare to construction, agriculture, and more, we're building bridges for the future between industry leaders and the people who power our economy. As county mayor, I'm committed to partnering with our schools, universities, key industries, and the public sector to make sure that our residents graduate and can enter the highest growth careers, and companies have the local talent they need to build for the future. That's why I am so proud that we created a new Miami-Dade Tech and Innovation team, bringing together a rock star lineup of advisors from Florida International University, Miami-Dade College, and the University of Miami, who are focused on talent pipeline development. We're creating new incentives and partnering with the biggest equity funds to make sure they are investing right here in Miami-Dade. Just yesterday, I had an exciting conversation with Dr. Joltris, our new superintendent, to start planning for our joint efforts for student success and career pipelines. And we're tech ready. Innovation isn't just about the private sector. It's also how we make government work better for the people we serve. My administration is proud to work alongside Commissioner Danielle Higgins as she brings together industry leaders to strengthen our existing tech infrastructure and attract new opportunities. Commissioner Higgins and Commissioner Keone McGee represent South Dade, the fastest growing region in our county. I commend Commissioner McGee for his lifelong passion to serve South Dade. I'm committed to continue partnering to bring to life an economic agenda that delivers on my vision for area residents and businesses. Across departments, we're seeking new approaches to make government more efficient, cut red tape, and offer streamlined services to help new and growing businesses more easily navigate County Hall. We also must continue closing the digital divide. To do so, we've teamed up with the Knight Foundation and the City of Miami to invest $12 million in new tech training programs at Miami-Dade College. And through our Accelerate Miami-Dade program, we're expanding access to digital skills and creating pathways to tech jobs in underserved communities. With Microsoft, Miami-Dade College, the Beacon Council, the Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce, the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce, and United Way, and the Miami Foundation. In 2021, we officially launched this program in Little Haiti, and over the next 3 years, we will expand it county-wide. In fact, this year, a team of county employees will begin going door to door to help every household connect to broadband. We'll partner with national incubators to create dedicated space for green tech companies, and we're also supporting local entrepreneurs through a new county-funded executive leadership program in conjunction with the Greater Miami Chamber. Most of us know that in Miami-Dade County, small businesses are the engine that make our economy go. Lifting up all locally owned small businesses is how we will build a recovery that leaves no family behind. Through the incredible work of the new Office of Equity and Inclusion, more small and diverse businesses are now able to compete for county contracts. We launched Strive 305 to support budding entrepreneurs by providing access to capital, training, retail, and office space, mentoring, and more. Somos una economía de pequeños negocios y estamos haciendo todo lo posible para apoyarlos. Over 1,500 small business owners participated in our BizHack classes and the Morning Huddle, online programs that connect them to valuable resources, training, and coaching. Kem Yana Jones Bay and Ann Johnson Bay, the founders of Perfect Salon Suites, a shared retail space for beauty entrepreneurs, are just one Strive 305 success story. I was delighted to join their grand opening at Mall of the Americas last year. They're now preparing to open another set of suites at Miami International Mall. We also are moving ahead to complete a study on disparities in procurement to help us level the playing field for minority-owned businesses. This year, in collaboration with Commissioner Jean Monestime's office, we will launch a $1 million Biz Up program for grants of up to $50,000 in a Shark Tank-inspired pitch challenge. The more than 28,000 employees that comprise the Miami-Dade County workforce are doing the hard work of implementing these initiatives. The challenges they have overcome in helping our community navigate these times have been immense. A core principle of my administration is to take time to recognize our employees for their service and commitment. We reached landmark agreements with all 10 county unions and with Yulin America, one of the largest contractors at Miami International Airport. Our agreement with Yulin will enhance both health and safety standards to create a safe and positive working environment for all employees, the standards we expect from all companies seeking to do business with our county. As we continue to grow and build for the future, it's critical that we make sure that the people who call Miami-Dade County home can afford to live here. This means tackling the growing housing crisis head-on. That's why we have already taken action to put Miami-Dade on a pathway to affordability. We invested a record $260 million towards the expansion of housing that you can afford. By the end of this year, we will have an estimated 14,000 units of affordable and workforce housing in development. And while developing more affordable units is critical, even more measures are needed as housing costs continue to rise. We're expanding our community's incentive program for landlords, offering them financing to cover necessary renovation costs in exchange for keeping rents within reach. Our new housing advocacy division will drive these efforts. I think many of you know that we also took swift action to protect Miami-Dade households against the potential wave of evictions generated by the pandemic. Last year, we distributed more than $80 million in emergency rental assistance, which prevented the eviction of over 8,000 vulnerable families and ensured that landlords could pay their bills. By October, we had officially spent 100% of our funds, compared to a national average of 30% and a statewide average of just 4%. The speed and urgency of our operation helped residents like Elaine Alexandra Vega at the height of the pandemic, who was 9 months pregnant and facing eviction after losing her job as an administrative assistant. Today, Elaine is living in that same unit with her baby and looking to re-enter the workforce. I was proud to be one of the first mayors to join House America, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development program to build housing for the homeless. With the stewardship of the Homeless Trust, we set aggressive goals to create new units. Unlike other communities around the nation, homelessness in our county is now at record lows. In Miami-Dade, we also know that our environment is central to our health and our economy. Clean water is vital for our future, and we're also ground zero for sea level rise and climate change. So we have a unique role to play in leading the way for coastal communities in the U.S. and around the world. My administration has welcomed the focus and partnership of Commissioner Raquel Regalado, who shares my commitment to make our environment and infrastructure future ready. We broke ground on phase 1 of Connect to Protect, our septic to sewer conversion plan in the coastal area of Little River, a low-lying area prone to flooding where septic tanks fail during heavy rain and high tides result in sewage spills. We're working hard to draw down federal dollars that will fast-track many more vulnerable properties. We announced our commitment with 6 leading cruise lines to bring shore power to Port Miami by 2023, which will make us the first port in the southeastern U.S. to hook up shore power, cutting pollution and carbon emissions. We released a sea level rise strategy, the first of its kind in the nation, a tailored strategy to help our unique subtropical paradise adapt to rising seas, and our groundbreaking climate action strategy. These are comprehensive plans to drive us forward to our goal of net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. We will track and enhance energy efficiency in county buildings, reduce fuel consumption, convert our waste into energy, and invest in the green economy. Next year, we'll also see dividends from our county's first major solar rooftop initiative, which will provide 1.5 megawatts of energy from the sun to directly power county facilities. We appointed Miami-Dade's first Chief Bay Officer and the first in the world Chief Heat Officer to lead efforts to protect the Bay and prepare for the intensifying threat of extreme heat, now the #1 cause of weather-related deaths in the U.S. And with the support of the County Commission, we passed a law to reduce nutrient pollution harming Biscayne Bay, which has led to seagrass die-offs, algae blooms, and more. This year, we're working to build on the initial success of the county's critical fertilizer ordinance with a countywide education and outreach effort, partnering with cities and private retail to educate the homeowners that the time to fertilize is now, not during the rainy season from May to October. I want to thank County Commissioner Rebecca Sosa, who's fought for years to preserve and restore Biscayne Bay. Much of our recent progress in safeguarding our bay would not have been possible without her dedication. To our 5 county commissioners who will be leaving office after 2022, thank you for the decades of service you've given to our county. Chairman Diaz, Commissioners Heyman, Monesteem, Sosa, and Soto, your work and legacy will endure for decades to come. Each of you has brought unique talents and valuable contributions to shape our Miami-Dade story. I'm grateful to our 34 city mayors who embraced our enhanced collaboration as we work together to better shape our shared future. I'm also so thankful for the partnerships with our many business and community leaders who faced each new challenge with creativity and commitment. It's truly because of all the ways we united in 2021 that we enter 2022 as stronger, safer, and more stable. When I took office in 2020, I knew that I was taking on the greatest challenge and privilege of my career, to serve the people of the very best community in the nation and to work with you each and every day to make Miami-Dade even greater. I've been a public servant for over half a century, but this is the true pinnacle of my career. This is not just a job for me, it is a calling. I want you to know just how proud I am to be your mayor, and that I will always honor and listen to those I serve. I hear your voices. I read your letters, your emails, your social media posts, and not just the nice ones. I take all of your feedback, positive and not so positive, very seriously. And yes, we have come a long way together, but I also know we still have much work to do. I often stay up late thinking about the state of this county, how we can level the playing field, how to be a community that truly serves and works for everyone. A community where all of us, not just a select few, can truly thrive and shine. But I'm not just thinking about it. Hopefully you all know by now that I'm a mayor who rolls up my sleeves and gets to work, working right by your side. Today, I stand before you to renew my commitment and my promise to you as your mayor, as your collaborator-in-chief, to face each day with care and compassion. Mi compromiso es trabajar hacia soluciones reales que crean una mejor calidad de vida para todos. Agajman muen se pu travay pu yo solucio. Riel kibanu yo pibo kalite lavi. We all want a safer, more prosperous Miami-Dade, more good-paying jobs, more housing that is affordable, more mobility in our economy and on our roads and transit corridors, and a resilient environment now and for all the generations to come. We want a better and even brighter future. And I can assure you, we are well on our way. Together, we're building a better Miami-Dade now and for the future. I am hopeful and grateful to you all. Thank you for doing this work with me side by side. Gracias, Messi. May God bless you all, and may God continue to bless Miami-Dade County.